Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes, and the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Wani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries, or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.
Topic: space technology. Question लिखिए. Trace the evolution of India's space program in the field of launch vehicles, deep space research, and evolutionary technologies. Does space have a social objective? Briefly explain. 15 marks, 12 minutes, plus 2 minutes for submission. So right now it is 6:51, 7:05. You have to mail the answer. IAS Akademia, the IAS Akademia @gmail.com. Please start writing. Let us see Shweta's answer, and then we will discuss. Trace the evolution of India's space program in the field of launch vehicle, deep space research. So this is 1 point. This is second. Evolutionary technologies 3. You have to trace the evolution. Does space have a social objective? Briefly explain. Started with the formation of Department of Atomic Energy in Thumba launching station. Okay. Evolution of launch vehicle. See, generally it is better to show evolution like this, Shweta.
Yes, sir.
ऐसे लाइन खींच दीजिए, यहाँ पे डेट लिख दीजिए 1963, 1970 एंड देन राइट हियर. ठीक है, तो ये वाला स्ट्रक्चर आपका थोड़ा सा बेटर हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
इवोल्यूशन ऑफ लॉन्च व्हीकल्स एंड इवोल्यूशनरी टेक्नोलॉजीज. एयर साउंडिंग रॉकेट. ठीक है, नाम क्या था उसका? रोहिणी.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, बट रोहिणी विल कम इन 1975 है ना. दैट इज आवर फर्स्ट सैटेलाइट. हाँ, साउंडिंग रॉकेट से हमने चालू किया. ठीक है. डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सैटेलाइट लॉन्च व्हीकल विथ SLVs. फिर PSLV, इसका एग्जांपल लिख दीजिए कि PSLV से क्या लॉन्च किया हमने. दिस इज नोन एज द वर्क हॉर्स. सबसे ज्यादा लॉन्चेस PSLV, C41, C42, C53, C50. ये क्या है? इसके आगे जो नंबर्स लिखे हुए, these are the number of launches from this launch vehicle, है ना.
Yes, sir.
Development of augmented satellite launch vehicle. Okay. GSLV. ठीक है, based on cryogenic engine. Okay, written cryogenic. good. Scramjet engine. हाँ, तो इसको evolutionary technology में लिख देती. Scramjet is a evolutionary technology.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, म्यूट कीजिए. Development of deep space research. First manned mission. Okay. मैंड मिशन जो है, मतलब हमारा इंडिजिनस नहीं था, इट वाज राकेश शर्मा वेंट, बट आई थिंक ऑन अ सोवियत एयरक्राफ्ट, राइट? सोयूज में गए थे ना वो।
Yes, sir.
चंद्रयान 1 वाज लॉन्च्ड, ओके। मार्स मिशन, ओके। डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सेकेंड चंद्रयान मिशन, ठीक है। सेकेंड भेज दिया ना हमने, विच पार्टली वाज सक्सेसफुल एंड पार्टली फेल्ड, सॉफ्ट लैंडिंग जब हम करा रहे थे, है ना?
यस सर।
उसमें एक रोवर भी था, उस पे उतारना था, वो वाला पार्ट फेल हो गया था, राइट? द सैटेलाइट पार्ट वर्क, बट रोवर फेल हो गया था, वो रोवर लैंड होने में क्रैश हो गया, राइट? आदित्य L1 मिशन सब तो पता है आपको, यू आर सेइंग आई एम नॉट प्रिपेयर्ड, यू नो इवन आदित्य L1 मिशन। गगनयान, करेक्ट। सक्सेसफुल ट्रायल ऑफ स्पेस वेट कैप्सूल्स की, ठीक है। डज स्पेस हैव अ सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव? टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, गुड। तो सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव में टेलीकम्युनिकेशन, मेकिंग इट अफोर्डेबल, है ना,
Yes, sir.
and accessible. So even in remote areas today, internet as facility, mobile phone is available, right? थोड़ा सा सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव दिखाइए उसका, राइट? डिजास्टर मैनेजमेंट, करेक्ट। कार्टोसैट इज फॉर मैप एक्सेट्रा, रिसोर्स मैपिंग, ठीक है। एड इन गवर्नेंस एफिशिएंसी, भुवन, ठीक है, वेरी गुड। विलेज डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम, करेक्ट। विलेज रिसोर्स सेंटर, वेरी गुड। नेविगेशन, गगन इंटरनेशनली, नाविक, ठीक है। साउथ एशियन सैटेलाइट भी दे देते, ये हमने बाकी लोगों को भी स्पेस का बेनिफिट मिले, यही एम है ना GSAT-9 का, कि बांग्लादेश वगैरह दे कैन ऑल्सो यूटिलाइज स्पेस टेक्नोलॉजी फॉर बेटरमेंट, है ना? टेलीमेडिसिन, टेली, फाइन, आंसर इज गुड। इंडिया's contribution in space technology is less than 2%, but ISRO's presence can be marked by never end on a slightly negative note. You should write India is known for its affordable space research or space research with social objective. Yeah, there is an interesting line, जो इंडिया का मार्स ऑर्बिटर मिशन था, इट वाज ओनली फॉर $74 million, है ना? इट इज द चीपेस्ट interplanetary mission. It was less than the movie's budget. What was that movie's name? There was an English movie with respect to space, जिसमें वो मार्स पे चले जाते हैं या स्पेस में से कुछ, एक मूवी है ना, ग्रेविटी और समथिंग, I'm not remembering. There was a very interesting quote by the Prime Minister only, that $74 million का जो हमारा मिशन था, it is less than even the budget of the movie which was on interplanetary space. What is that name of the movie? I'm not remembering. If you know, please write in the comment box. Where's the comment box? Okay, let us write the answer. Your
Sir,
answer is
please give you my answer also. Sir, I have also sent.
okay. So see, it is a near perfect answer. Only structuring could have been better, and maybe some diagrams to make it slightly interesting, right? मतलब एक, मुझे तो बहुत अच्छे से नहीं बनाना आता है, लेकिन आपको अगर आता हो तो सैटेलाइट बना दीजिए, या समथिंग लाइक लॉन्च व्हीकल्स, उसमें स्टेजेस दिखा दीजिए, 3 स्टेजेस, समथिंग विच शोज दैट, अच्छा ठीक है, मतलब बहुत थियोरेटिकली आंसर ना हो, एक फर्स्ट स्टेज, सेकंड स्टेज, थर्ड स्टेज, क्रायोजेनिक स्टेज, फर्स्ट स्टेज, सॉलिड स्टेज, ऐसा दिखा दीजिए कुछ, तो अदरवाइज इट वुड हैव बिकम गुड आंसर. सो 5.5 marks. You could have got 1.5 marks अगर structure better होता and some diagrams, and 1.5 more, it would have been the best answer that anybody could have written on this topic. Okay, so let us discuss the answer now.
Sir, please review my answer also.
Only one answer and written in time.
Sir, my answer also please review.
Okay, I will. 1 second. मैं पहले आंसर डिस्कस कर लूं, फिर आपका रिव्यू कर देते हैं. Just wait for 5 minutes. Let me discuss the answer. So it is saying trace the evolution of India's space program in the field of launch vehicle. So basically, in introduction, what can you write? Introduction can be of any one of these types. First, maybe the history of ISRO, like she wrote, or history of space research in India, or maybe some personalities, जैसे कि उन्होंने लिखा डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ एटॉमिक एनर्जी बन गया, या फिर फ्रॉम लॉन्चिंग ऑफ अ साउंड रॉकेट, या फिर यू कुड हैव रिटन अबाउट विक्रम साराभाई, or you could have written about Satish Dhawan, or you could have written about Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. So any of these, this will be the historical introduction that you could have written on this. Then, or any current event with respect to space. Recently, India has launched this. So there was one in which India launched 104 satellites in a single launch, right? Yes or no? Or 103 probably. एक बार ये data check कर लेना, 103 है या 104. Wherein India launched these many satellites on a single rocket, which was a world record, and these had rockets from, I think, more than 4 or 5 countries. तो ऐसा कुछ भी आप इंट्रोडक्शन में लिख सकते हैं, अगर डेटा और ये सब नहीं याद आ रहा है आपको तो, ठीक है. So this can be, either of them can be the introduction. Then evolution of launch vehicles. You can write launch vehicles are nothing but, what are they? Rockets to carry payloads. Payloads में ब्रैकेट में लिख सकते हैं scientific instruments, K and C transponders, etc. into space या into orbit. एक लाइन लिख दीजिए लॉन्च व्हीकल क्या हो रहा है, अगर नहीं टाइम है तो यू कैन लीव इट. सो इवोल्यूशन ऑफ लॉन्च व्हीकल 1962-63, we began with our first, एक साइकिल पे उसके पार्ट्स लेके गए, वहां से हमने चालू किया. We began with the first sounding rocket, and this was sounding because we wanted to track its trajectory, और साउंड से बेटर तरीका नहीं था ट्रैजेक्टरी ट्रैक करने का. Then 1975 SLV. SLVs, satellite launch vehicle. Please don't write. Satellite launch vehicle. To launch Rohini, India's first satellite. Then you can talk about in the 1990s PSLV, Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle, the workhorse of ISRO. PSLV has many successful launches, even Mars orbiter mission. Example, MOM. Then with the breakthrough in cryogenic technology in the 2010s, GSLV. GSLV is geosynchronous. Yes, geosynchronous. It is a type of orbit. कई तरह के orbit होते हैं. Sun synchronous, geosynchronous. So geosynchronous space launch vehicle to launch greater than 1 ton payload. So its most important will be Gaganyaan, or even the second Chandrayaan. Chandrayaan 2 was on a GSLV. So this is our transition into or evolution of लॉन्चिंग व्हीकल्स, अब नया हम क्या एक लेके आ रहे हैं, SSLVs. व्हाट आर SSLVs? Small satellite launch vehicles. Basically to reduce the workload of what? PSLV. So we are going for basically a niche launch vehicle or a niche rocket, SSLVs, small satellite launch vehicle. So this is the evolution of launch vehicle.
Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes, and the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Wani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.
Now, evolution of deep space research. (1984), Rakesh Sharma, first Indian in space. 2009, India's moon mission or satellite to moon known as Chandrayaan. Then 2013, Mars orbiter mission, first interplanetary mission. Then when was Chandrayaan 2? 2020, no? Or 2019 or 2020? Chandrayaan 2 क्या डेट है उसकी? ये जो case 2019 case 7 was there was a very iconic photograph of him meeting the prime minister and he broke down because of that much he was invested. You should see, he's ultimately a bureaucrat or a scientist, he's working for the government, but the emotions that he displayed, so he was that much invested in taking India forward, ISRO forward, and that is why he took the failure personally, right? एथिक्स में एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल भी है, एथिक्स में आप लोग पढ़ते भी होंगे. जब 1982 में इंडिया का सैटेलाइट लॉन्च व्हीकल फेल हो गया, सो बिकॉज ऑफ मिस जजमेंट बाय एपीजे अब्दुल कलाम, ही वाज द डायरेक्टर ऑफ द प्रोजेक्ट. तो इसरो के जो उस समय डायरेक्टर थे, सतीश धवन, he went and addressed the press conference and he said it was my failure. Next year when India launched the satellite, he sent APJ Abdul Kalam to address the press conference. So this is a very good example that you can write in leadership, right? Or emotional intelligence, जहां भी लिखना हो. So Satish Dhawan's example is a very good example of what a leader should be. He should take his team's failure and let them be credited for the success. So 2019 Chandrayaan 2, India's advanced moon mission with a satellite, rover and orbiter, partly successful. Now 2022 we are planning for indigenous crew or manned space mission, Gaganyaan. So this is deep space research. You can also give examples like she gave for of Aditya first. This is for Lagrange point में रखा जाएगा इसको. There are points of आपने पढ़ा होगा शायद करंट अफेयर्स में, Lagrange point जहां पर सन और मून का ग्रेविटेशनल पुल कैंसिल हो जाता है तो वहां पर कम इंटरफेरेंस होगी. वहां अगर सैटेलाइट पुट करके और हम फिर स्पेस रिसर्च करते हैं, या फिर आर्यभट्ट जो हमने एक सैटेलाइट अर्थ ऑब्जर्वेशन सैटेलाइट डाली है. So all those things you can put, okay, or you can also put लीसा का इंडियन काउंटर पार्ट, ग्रेविटेशनल वेव्स के लिए इंडिया में भी जो वर्क हो रहा है टू डिटेक्ट ग्रेविटेशनल वेव्स. Those examples also you can put. Okay, now third aspect deep space research के बाद क्या है? Evolutionary technologies. Yes, now evolutionary technologies में क्या क्या है? See, I'm writing a more detailed answer ताकि आपको इस डिस्कशन के बाद स्पेस का कोई भी आंसर लिखने में this should be your material. Okay, evolutionary technologies में there is cryogenic engine. Cryogenic engine, so basically it can carry heavier payload. थोड़ा सा बैकग्राउंड क्रायोजेनिक इंजन का जान लीजिए. क्रायोजेनिक मींस एट वेरी वेरी लो टेम्परेचर्स. सो डज दिस कैरी ऑक्सीजन? देखिए, एक रॉकेट में क्या क्या होता है? फ्यूल होगा, साथ में ऑक्सीडेंट या ऑक्सीडाइजर होगा, सो दैट दिस फ्यूल कैन बर्न, क्योंकि हवा चाहिए उसको. नाउ विल दिस नॉट एड वेट टू द रॉकेट?
Yes, sir.
सो वी हैव टू मेक श्योर कि हम रॉकेट का अपना वेट जितना कम से कम कर सके. ओके, सो दैट इज द सेम कॉन्सेप्ट इन स्क्रैमजेट एंड रैमजेट इंजन, है ना? लाइक समबडी हैड रिटन अबाउट स्क्रैमजेट इंजन. तो ये ऑक्सीडाइजर हवा कहाँ से ले पाएगा? वेयर विल इट टेक एयर फ्रॉम, श्वेता?
From atmosphere.
हाँ, इट विल टेक ऑक्सीजन फ्रॉम द एटमॉस्फेयर इटसेल्फ. अलग से नहीं देना पड़ेगा. ऑक्सीजन और ऑक्सीडाइजर from the atmosphere itself. Again, the weight of the rocket reduces. Then further evolutionary technologies में there is something known as reusable launch vehicles. Technology demonstrator. ISRO also demonstrated. जैसे आपने देखा होगा बार बार वेरी फेमस वायरल वीडियो ऑफ इलॉन मस्क स्पेसएक्स. उनका वो फैल्कन 9 वापस आ गया था, है ना? And it landed that rocket, it sent his car into the space, and then that rocket came back and landed on a launching pad, है ना? वो वीडियो आप लोगों ने देखी होगी. So इसरो ने भी वो टेक्नोलॉजी डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन कर लिया. So this will reduce the cost. Reuse of launch vehicles. वरना ये launch vehicles के साथ क्या होता है? Once they send the payload in the space,
They get destroyed.
हाँ, it gets destroyed due to friction, burn हो जाते हैं एयर में. But if we could control their flight back, we can reuse them. So reusable launch vehicle, there is a technology demonstrator for that. So these are the evolutionary technologies. More you can add in this. Now, space in India has always been a support to comprehensive national power. But with a social objective. अब social objective में आप you can write various fields. For example, agriculture. Agriculture के लिए there is a CAPE program. क्रॉप का असेसमेंट करने के लिए, क्रॉप assessment, even in Fasal Bima Yojana to study or crop failure, etc. Then rural development, there is village resource centers set up by ISRO. There is also, I'm not remembering the name of that scheme, which ISRO set up for young children so that they can be, their interest can be developed in space technology. कुछ उनका नाम है, अगर आपको याद हो तो बताइएगा. देयर इज देयर बहुत अच्छा सा नाम है, कुछ वाहिनी या ऐसे गामिनी ऐसे कुछ करके, फॉर इंक्रीजिंग द इंटरेस्ट ऑफ यंगस्टर्स इन स्पेस.
एक तो युविका है.
हाँ, युविका, करेक्ट. युविका टू encourage youngsters into space. Then telemedicine and tele-education. This is the field. You can write examples. Disaster management. There is resource sat, cartosat.
टेलीमेडिसिन क्या मतलब हुआ?
Telemedicine, basically a doctor in AIMS could operate because of interconnectivity through satellites, for, or he can see a patient in a remote area, है ना. जैसे कि अभी आपको बहुत आसान लगता होगा, जैसे प्रेक्टो है फॉर एग्जांपल, राइट. बट टू कनेक्ट, देयर वर आल्सो सर्जरीज दैट हैव हैपेंड थ्रू टेलीमेडिसिन. अब किसी गांव में कोई कॉम्प्लिकेटेड सर्जरी अगर मान लीजिए इमीडिएटली करनी है, and that doctor is not knowing the know-how, so he can be connected to a doctor here in AIMS through ISRO satellites. Phone की connectivity आपकी, it won't be that fluent in a village, right?
Yes sir.
हाँ. Disaster management, resource sat, cartosat. Then resource mapping, और या फिर टॉपिक लिख सकते हैं आप गवर्नेंस. तो उसमें रिसोर्स मैपिंग के लिए GIS, जोग्राफिकल इंफॉर्मेशन इंटरफेस. फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर आपको नेशनल मोनेटाइजेशन पाइपलाइन चाहिए, so you need to know that who are the owners of the land, and how can you do? You will do aerial survey through satellites to know the ownership of land. Only then you will be able to monetize them. So resource mapping, that is again going to bring revenue for the government can use that revenue for the people. Okay, similarly you can write many other points. Conclusion में इसमें आप telecommunication भी लिख सकते हैं. It has become cheaper. Then India is connected, national optical fiber mission वगैरह, ये the back end would be the transponders that we are sending through communication satellites in space, है ना. और थोड़े बहुत बॉस नाम लिख दीजिए सैटेलाइट्स के. इनसैट सीरीज क्या है? IRNSS, इंडियाज नेविगेशन सैटेलाइट. IRNSS का एग्जांपल दे दीजिए. देन यू कैन आल्सो गिव एग्जांपल ऑफ गगन. व्हाट इज गगन? इंडिया हैज मेड द GPS बेटर, geo augmented GPS. So it is helpful and it is being used for air civil aviation. Okay, then you can also give the example of South Asian satellite, how we are bringing space for the common people in our neighborhood. India dedicated this satellite to the SAARC countries, but SAARC में पाकिस्तान को भी देना पड़ेगा, लेंगे वो. Conclusion में what will you write? Conclusion में you can write now either philosophy of India's space research, or you can write a fact depending on कि आपने introduction में कोई fact लिखा है या कोई philosophy लिखी है. अगर वहां पे कोई फैक्ट लिखा है तो यहाँ पे फिलोसफी लिख दीजिए, वहां पर कोई फिलोसफी है तो यहाँ पर फैक्ट लिख दीजिए. ओके, सो राइट, ISRO is undergoing even structural reforms to become future ready. You must have seen ISRO has gone for structural reforms, है ना. जो इसरो का कमर्शियल आर्म है वो अलग कर दिया गया, इसरो का लॉन्चिंग आर्म है उसको अलग कर दिया गया, सो दैट इसरो एज एन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन लाइक नासा फोकसेस ओनली ऑन डीप स्पेस रिसर्च. लॉन्चिंग में ये लोग ज्यादा ना बंधे रहें इसलिए अलग कर दिया गया, राइट, अभी लास्ट 1.5 year में. So you can write that part also as conclusion so that the examiner knows you are updated with current. Okay, so this is all about the answer.
Hello guys, before we start with the discussion, we just want to inform you that we have launched a very special and unique type of program which is called Excel Mains through the previous year's questions. In this program, we are going to cover the entire syllabus of GS paper 1, 2, 3 and 4. The philosophy behind this program is we are going to cover the syllabus not randomly but just by using or referring the previous year's questions themes, and the themes are extracted from the last 40 years of previous year's questions. There will be a live discussion, there will be a answer writing with the mentors, and the second program is the intense answer writing program which is called Samachar Wani Plus, in which there will be a weekly classes on 10 topics which are extremely important from the UPSC mains and prelims point of view. There will be an answer writing, there will be a questions given after each and every class based on those 10 topics. So even if you are a beginner, this is a good opportunity for you to begin with the answer writing. For any further queries or if you wish to talk with a mentor, if you have any doubts, please drop us a message on the number given below. Thank you.